for sounds, just to close out as well, if there's any sort of clicking coming from a washer?
With clicking, that's going to usually be more of a top load washer thing. So the front loaders really don't have a clutch because they don't have an agitate and spin. You know, their agitate is spin, it's just a slow spin essentially. So with what the clutch is, and every top load washer has this, it's basically an assembly made up of one or five different parts, and it's a set of teeth that basically lock into, well, I guess you could call the transmission. So they lock in one position, and so when the motor turns, it'll turn the whole tub, or it'll lock in this position. When the motor turns, it only turns the agitator. So those teeth inside that clutch can start to get worn out, especially if you're one that does, you know, full super huge loads twice a day. You got a huge family. That's really not uncommon. Sometimes you'll even hear kind of clicking and kind of a loud bang when it finally snaps into place. Definitely a sign that the clutch is going out. That's a very doable repair also. Again, if you could kind of find a YouTube video that matches similar to what you have. And the clutch on most of them is just usually a set of plastic parts, 20 bucks maybe. Some of the fancier units do have a magnetic clutch that's kind of less pieces, but it's a little more expensive, and that can go anywhere from probably about 80 to about 120 or so. You know, really most repairs on a top load are pretty simple when it comes to changing the actual components. And they're
Yeah.
usually really easy to get to when you can just lean it back. And underneath the washer, you have your motor and belt, if it's got that. If instead it has a rotor and stator, your drain pump, your recirculation pump, your capacitor, your speed sensor, you know, all that's just right there and pretty easy to change. So
Nice one, yeah. So top loaders are generally, you're going to have an easier time sort of doing a few DIY fixes, whereas a high-end modern front loader, that's the hard mode.
oh yeah, most definitely. And the cheaper a top load washer is, the easier it is to work on for sure.